Hi everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. We're talking about some secrets, okay, to striking the driver, the irons, the wedges, and becoming a bit of a better putter too. Big part of the game. Now, it's the weekend, right? Hopefully, you've got some games booked, and I want you to think of today's video as something, if you've just been struggling over the last few weeks and you think you're close to hitting a really great score, I think this is going to be a great focus point, and I mean this, a real great focus point for you to listen to, watch, and get into your game. I've got a question for you, straight off the gun today. What do you look at? This is not a trick, it's not one of them ones where people go to you, oh yo, do you breathe in or out in the backswing? It's not a trick. Where do you look on the golf ball when you're hitting? Do we think that might have an effect on what's actually happening? Do you think that might have an effect on where you strike it? Imagine I've got a nail here and I'm trying to hammer this nail into the wall. We're really concentrating, aren't we, on what we're wanting to hammer. Now in the golf swing, far too many of us are actually very concentrated on what our arms, what our body has to do. Almost the opposite way around, right? And then we sort of expect some good results. But how can we? Throwing a ball, what we're focused on, where it's going. Okay, so what I want you to do, now a lot of these things are a lot more controllable with obviously our driver. Let's grab my Sharpie here. A lot of these things are a lot more controllable with driver and off with irons on par threes because we can tee the golf ball up. However, I'm going to tell you what I want you to focus on each and every one of these shots, but I'm also going to give you a great tip to how you can actually mark up your golf ball to really give you some great focus points, okay? So, I'm going to grab my golf ball, blue, up the blues. Okay, so you can see here, my golf ball sort of split into two. We've got, if I look at this, the target, we've got the right hand side and we've got the left hand side of the golf ball. Okay, and that is what I want you to think as going straight down towards target. What I want you to do is look at this point here when you're trying to strike a driver, because what's that going to encourage? A bit more of an in-to-out path, something we're all hopefully searching for or trying to get close to or trying to maintain, and also slightly looking under the golf ball, because that's going to give us a great chance of actually hitting this on the up. So if you stood to this golf ball, if you come to the face-on perspective with me and just put my club down behind, take my stance, and if I try and find the dot and try and look for the dot, look what this does to the entirety of my setup. Helps me look like I'm hitting a driver now, helps give me that look of the shoulders tilted back, and now all I've got to do is focus on trying to hit that dot and less of the mechanics, more of that hammer and nail analogy. Let's hit this one away and start walking down this fairway. So that drives away. We would definitely be happy with that. We might be in the semi-rough, but you know what? We'd be happy with that strike. So that's our first point. Let's now head down this fairway and have a look at our irons and what focus point we can concentrate on there. Now on to our irons. Now, obviously, unless it's in the winter, you can't place this golf ball, but remember, stick around to the end because I will tell you exactly how you can improve each and every asset by a great way to mark up your golf ball to give you a great focus point. So we talked about driver. I'm now going to put another dot on my golf ball, okay, to give us a focus point of hitting more down on the golf ball. So have a look at the position of these now. It's not as underneath, it's not as from the inside, and this is going to help us hit a little bit more down on the ball. So again, I know I can't place this down, but we'll talk about this at the end. So I'm going to place this down right here, and I've got that look on the golf ball now of trying to hit down on it, because a lot of us really do struggle with that. Something I've struggled with for a while actually, that in the past I've not hit down it enough and got a little bit scoopy, especially with those long irons. And I certainly look like I've got a long iron in my hand right now. Here we go. What numbers have we got? 188, early in the morning, 188. It's gonna have to be a 5 here, I think. So, look at this, right? And you're gonna see a close-up of this. We want to picture we're coming into the golf ball like this, slightly from the inside, as a feeling for most golfers, and hitting down and through that turf. So if I just place that tee peg down like that there, we would really want to feel as though I'm matching that into the golf ball, taking the ball and then hitting into the turf. But again, it's a focus point. It's not about mechanics. We get mechanics as a result of it. And I'll show you why this really does work. So take my expensive Sharpie down the ground. If I told you to stand here and just sort of chip this one away and hit the Sharpie away, I think a lot of us would do it every single time. We'd probably hit it quite straight. The Sharpie right at the end is very thin. It's not as big as the golf ball. But we'd strike that quite a lot out the middle, like we would hammer a nail in. Well, maybe we'd hit our thumb first, but hopefully not. But essentially, you get what I mean. It's really, really important. Okay, let's hit this one away, head up to the green for chipping, and then we're on some putting too. Come down off the bank. Oh, just off the back left. Nice shot though, nice strike, nice divot. Wrong club, bad caddy. Some of those things, it's hard to control, isn't it? Striking it better. Okay, let's now move on to some chipping, because I have a minging chip left, but nevertheless, we can talk about how we can talk nice focus points for chipping down the green. Look at the state of this chip. Below my feet, above the level. Oh, horrible. Do you know what I've always thought an interesting thing is? Obviously this is very dependent on how your golf is going this year. Hopefully much better after watching these videos. But how many golf balls do we go through in a year? I don't know. I'd like to see, get in those comments everybody. Is it a lot? Is it a little bit? Give me a number of how many balls you have bought so far. Because I'm going to sort you out here. Mail order, have a fantastic offer. Link is down below. Free golf balls, that's all I'm saying. Go and check out the link to see exactly what it's all about. Free golf balls. So, how do we deal with this shot? Now, this shot in itself is an extremely hard shot. It's downhill, it's below my feet to a surface significantly below my feet. But what I want you to think about here is, again, an external focus. So if we take our wedge here, what I want you to think about is, how is your club interacting with the ground and what noise is it making? So imagine the sole of this golf club here are the wheels of our plane, right? We don't want our wheels to plane if my watch here is my golf ball. We don't want it to abort the landing, scoop up. We also don't want the leading edge to crash land into the golf ball. What I want you to feel is you're just going to bruise that ground every single shot. So every one of your practice swings, I want you to search this noise. We don't want to look no noise. We don't want the thud. I want you to search for that ch, 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 because you put speed into it, you put a level of commitment into it, and it's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, on to the chipping. Search for that feeling of the cha. Less technical thoughts. Right, this is insanely hard. I'm just trying to think if I've got the right club here. Here we go. That's it. Do you know what? I am not upset with that at all. That was a ridiculously hard shot. I'm not looking like making par here, but got a hole one. So let's talk about putting. And again, going back to focus points, I know I've done this so many times in the past. Looking at the ball, or looking at where your putter head is moving during that backstroke. I know I have literally found myself in competition looking at what my putter head is doing on the way back and thinking, oh, that's a bit inside, end up pushing it. Oh, it's a bit outside, I pulled it through. We can't be like that. We can't be like that at all. Morning dew, I love it when it's like this, so nice. So, I know I mentioned these dots so far. What I want you to do here is just place your golf ball so you can see a couple of these dots, whatever that might be. We'll talk exactly how to line it up and mark it up in a second. But down the ground now, what I want you to do is a golf ball directly on top, a dot directly on top of your golf ball is the one I want you to concentrate on. So this one right here on this close-up, this one on the top, is exactly what I want you to focus on. This one. So being able to focus on that is going to give us a great point of, right, okay, eyes over the golf ball, watch myself hit the strike, don't follow the putt. Don't follow the putt, watch myself hit the strike. Going back to a hammer and nail analogy, these things actually work. They might sound like I'm being a bit wishy-washy today, no certain points, but these things truly do work. So over the putt now, concentrate on that dot, hands ahead. Oh, quite happy with that putt. There's more the wrong club that's done me in there, but a nice roll. Thank you so much for watching today's video. It is super important you follow these steps and use these when you're next out on the golf course. Remember, simple things for you to follow. We have a newsletter that's landing every single week. Join that mailing list down below. As well as that, don't forget to subscribe and join Simple Golf Tips Facebook group for all the PDFs that are linked to the videos. Not only this one, but a breakdown, step-by-step guide for every single instruction video that lands every single day.